I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times. It's Friday, June 26th. This is going to go down in history as a momentous day. 3 times now the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled on a June 26 on cases of immense importance to gay people. First, years ago, they decriminalized homosexuality. Secondly, they knocked a hole in the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, which served to set as an introduction to the decision day in which the Supreme Court said in a 5-4 decision that states may not ban same-sex marriages. That, of course, applied to Arkansas, where, with appeals still pending, same-sex marriage was not possible in this state. It was a happy day for people who've been waiting to be married. All over Arkansas, county clerks opened their offices to people who wanted to be married. Not all of them, but most of them did. That was good news. Because in states like Louisiana and Mississippi, the attorney generals took pains to say that, well, the mandate of the court isn't final yet, and we're going to wait and see, and so forth. In Arkansas, Republican officials were not happy about the decision. Governor Asa Hutchinson and Leslie Rutledge, the attorney general, both made it clear that they did not support the decision, but that they felt the rule of law should be followed and the state would comply with the wishes of the ruling. That is, people may be married and state agencies must give the same-sex couple the same benefits they give to others. The Arkansas Teacher Retirement System, for example, a defendant in lawsuits in Arkansas has already notified all relevant personnel that same-sex couples are to be treated the same as opposite-sex couples for purposes of benefits under the Teacher Retirement System. Generally speaking, Democrats supported the ruling. Generally speaking, Republicans opposed the ruling. Some of them were more overheated than others. Mike Huckabee, the presidential candidate, vowed civil disobedience, even in exactly what form, it's not entirely clear. The Republican machine is putting out the message that somehow religious liberties are threatened by this ruling. The Supreme Court decision written by Anthony Kennedy took pains to say that was in fact not the case whatsoever. But judicial tyranny and religion are going to be used frequently by Republicans to try and stir up opposition to this. There's talk of a constitutional amendment, which I don't think will go anywhere. But certainly, the fervor on the issue will not go away, even as the country has moved more accepting on the issue. But we still don't have word from the Arkansas Supreme Court. I don't know when they will rule, how they will rule. I would guess they will take the coward's way out, since they've been cowardly throughout on this, and say something like, well, we wouldn't have done this, we would have honored Arkansas voters, but I guess we've got to go along with the U.S. Supreme Court. Perhaps they'll surprise me and do better than that, but at this point it would be certainly a surprise. Passionate issues like this do live forever. We're reminded by that by a good story that you'll find on the Arkansas blog today about the ongoing controversy in Fort Smith over changing the school mascot of Fort Smith Southside High School from the Rebels. Mixed opinions on that, of course. Traditions die hard and people love their Rebels in some parts of Arkansas. I didn't know until I read the story today that there is a Confederate girls drill team at Fort Smith Southside and the Johnny Reb Choir, and they play Dixie at the football games in 2015. It's almost unbelievable. Some other bits and pieces of the news: the Annie Casey Foundation, which works on troubled youth and trying to improve the lot of children, has recommended that states like Arkansas that still operate youth prisons to close them down. They don't work for rehabilitation. They're sources of chronic abuse and mistreatment. I think that report needs a long, good look by Arkansas, which has had its problems. Travelers, take note that Little Rock Airport has become the first in the country to have a place where you can enroll to get the TSA pre-check. That means when you go through the security line at the airport, you don't have to take your belt and shoes off and take your laptop out of your computer bag. Small bit of hassle removed for travelers who go out to the airport and sign up. Finally, somebody digging in the dirt at Murfreesboro found an 8.5 carat diamond down there at the diamond mine near Murfreesboro, about the 5th biggest ever found there, so there's a little bit of good news. This was a good news day, no doubt about it. Lots to talk about on the same-sex marriage issue, although in one fell swoop, equality came to America for all people, not just for heterosexual couples. I think we will find in Arkansas what they found in Iowa and other states, that this will pass without much adverse effect to anybody, and mostly good effects for families and loving homes for children. So I'm happy to be here to report that today. I'm Max Brantley. I'll be back next week.